Hello, this is Nico and Avi of Hypothetical Floor, and now we're actually going to show you how we're choosing our newest fic, because I think we got a little excited. Anyway, so
how we're choosing our newest fic, I mean, like, yeah, no, how we just decide to randomly choose a fic. Because, I mean, apparently, the fact that I refuse to read any more of
Final Fantasy
13 fan fiction that I don't care about. I mean, like, My Immortal is bad, but Without Hope There Is Nothing is just boring. I can't read boring.
Anyway, let's see how we do this. So we've pulled up a random number generator, and since we're using fanfiction.net, the first category we have to randomize is stories versus crossovers. So we put in minimum 1 and maximum 2. And now, based on the generation, we got a 2, so we have to use a crossover.
I hope whenever we get a crossover of, it's good. You missed the moment when we actually did this, like, just a while ago, when I was like, what? We have to do a crossover?
Okay, our result is number 5 for within the 9 categories. So anime was 1, 2, 3, 5 is games anyway.
Oh god, anime
Something
games
really wants us to do a games crossover.
Oh my god, people have Psychonauts crossovers.
Okay, now 1 through 26 for the letter of the alphabet. We got 26, which means we need a fandom that starts with Z.
Are we sure this thing is... Well, no, because we got... I was like, are we sure it's good?
1 through 4. 1. So, I don't know what Zenonia is.
Neither do I.
There's nothing... Zenonia and Bleach.
Wait, it says the filter is anime. Anime manga.
I think Zenonia is actually a game and a manga.
Can we just do... I don't know, fucking anime or something? But
okay, let's do
something we actually recognize.
Let's go into anime and then do the 1 to 26 again. Because the random letter of the alphabet is actually kind of funny.
Oh god.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need an anime that starts with a J. Okay, and there's 1, 2, 3.
Jewel Pet, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Omagond,
1, 2,
Jubei-chan, Jungle Book, Shonen Mowgli, JoJo Romantica.
I think we're not even going.
Juvenile Orion, Ju-O-Sei. I think I've heard Ju-O-Sei.
We're reading Jungle Book, Shonen Mowgli. We don't even need water for elephants. Do you know what water for elephants is?
An elephant breaks into a housewife's backyard who previously had a terrifying experience with her sister trapped in an elephant tent. What the fuck? We're gonna read this.
We are going to read this.
This sounds like the most offbeat thing.
Alright, so we're reading The Elephant Dance by Charlotte J.G. Like, her name is literally like an actual name. Charlotte and then J.G. on fanfiction.net. JG being letters, I mean. And it's rated K, unlike most of the things we've read together.
What does K mean?
That means it's appropriate for, like, 5-year-olds.
Oh man, we aren't gonna get any, like, stupid sex scenes where people put their you-know-whats into my, spot.
He put his boy thingy into mine and we didn't. Oh, this doesn't seem like it's too bad at all.
Wow. I feel gypped. This looks like all correct grammar. Let's pick something else. Come on. It's not good if it's not bad.
Alright. Oh, we're only 4 minutes in, so we can actually keep this one. Alright. We're starting...
So we're just gonna... We can always cut it if we wanted to choose...
No, they need to hear the whole thing. Okay, crap. I closed that.
Yeah, like... We should...
Okay, so this time we got 2 within 2, which means we end up with books, which is not as bad.
We got 2 within 2, we didn't try the 1, 2 again, though. Because we didn't. Damn it!
We always get 2 on 1 and 2.
Damn it! I need this thing to prove to me that it can physically generate a 1.
Oh, it did. after we finally picked 2. Okay, books crossover. Now we
Oh my
do
god, I hope
1
we get
through
Percy.
26.
I hope we get Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
16. I know S is 18. So cute.
Dang, we were 1 number off being able to get Percy Jackson and the Olympians. That would be the
Except we
funniest
got
thing.
Q
I care
instead.
about that. We got Queen's Thief.
What the hell is that? Okay,
I don't know,
we're
but-
doing 1 through 26 again because we have no idea what to do with a Q.
4.
Okay, something that starts with a D.
D.
We can handle a D. Holy fuck. Okay. These are all equally long, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 times
Don
3.
Quixote fanfiction!
23 times 3 is like 69.
Yeah.
Should we just read Don Quixote?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Department 19 or Don Quixote. I think we know what we're going to do. Don Quixote.
Filter, anime, manga, crossover, Lord of the Rings,
Italia,
Once Upon a
time.
Yes!
I think we know which one we're going to
We
read.
just found some gold.
We're obviously reading Italia.
Oh, I was thinking the Lord of the Rings would be funnier, but...
Why don't we do both?
Wait.
This one looks better. Oh no, it's 1,500 about.
It looks it's more like it's Italia with some Don Quixote. Let's look at the Lord of the Rings
Oh,
one.
so someone. Oh no, harassed. Oh, this is just like drawing from Don Quixote. Don Frodo and his faithful squire. Oh my god! Even if
This is the one we want! Don Frodo of the Shire!
even if it's beautifully written and doesn't suck, we're going to read
it.
all of it.
What if Miguel de Cervantes had written The Lord of the Rings?
I want a Pop-Tart. You read the summary.
Author Renan Uthalion. What if Miguel de Cervantes had written Lord of the Rings? Don Frodo and his faithful squire sally forth to right wrongs, defend the weak, defeat monsters, and do all the things which chivalrous knights are supposed to do. Rated fiction K+.
K plus means
humor parody.
K plus means small. K plus means only 9-year-olds and up can read it.
Oh.
Oh, scandal!
I'm gonna eat cereal.
Yeah, I figured Pop-Tarts. I figured I need to save my Pop-Tarts for
What
like
time is it?
a more
Do we
important
have to be
time.
like directly on time for the
Carnival?
Yeah.
No.
Great.
Let's finish the first chapter and then we'll go.
Because it sounds like it's gonna be the best comedy. Whether or not they're writing it for a comedy, so whether or not they succeeded, this is gonna be funny.
Shit. I thought this was in a box. Never mind. We're just going to leave this in the
Avi
back.
fails to eat cereal. This just in. Avi fails to eat cereal.
No, I didn't fail at eating the cereal. The cereal just didn't stand up. Okay, it's one of those little 8-packs of
Okay.
like bullshit.
Correction, this just in. Avi fails to unwrap cereal.
Well, that sounds at least a little better.
Avi fails to hold cereal.
Oh, shut up. Just start reading the damn thing.
Don Frodo of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings Don Quixote crossover.
We're supposed to be at like an orientation thing in 15 minutes, in less
5
than 5 minutes.
It's not.
3.
That's why we were saying, like, do we have to go there on time, or is it like? Cause it would make more sense if
It's
it
a
was like coming.
it's a frickin' carnival.
You got a spork.
Yeah, I know. I'm eating my damn cereal with the
We're eating Cocoa Krispies. The life of a
I'm a
college student.
badass.
The life of a college student. You've already settled in. Don Frodo of the Shire. At the village of the Shire, whose name I withhold to protect the innocent, there lived a little while ago one of those gentlemen who are wont to carry a sword instead of a walking stick, and desire to be thought fierce.
This person is freaking awesome!
His family consisted of an elderly, slightly senile uncle and a young lad named Samwise who puttered around in the garden, ran errands, and helped with cooking. Indeed, this gentleman had other relatives, the Sackville Baggins family, but he refused to acknowledge them, and the feeling was mutual. You may know that this gentleman, in his leisure moments, which was most of the year, gave himself up entirely to the reading of stories of great adventures and perilous quests. Above all, he valued those written by his Uncle Bilbo on account of his great clarity of style. For Bilbo's stories contained such expressions as, "In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, who on the whole was wholeheartedly content to dwell in his wholly inhabitable hobbit hole." These and similar passages have confused the poor gentleman's mind, for he lay awake at night trying to decipher their meaning, which in truth he could never have learned even if he had taken the book to the top of Taniquetal and shoved it under Manwa's nose and said, "Pray tell me, esteemed Sulimo, what is the meaning of this phrase?" For Manwa would have sat there blinking in bewilderment, and in all probability would have ordered his eagles to drop the book and its owner into the deepest part of the encircling sea. Scrolling down. At last, having lost his wits completely, this Don assigned himself an epic quest. He believed that it was necessary that he should take his uncle's ring, and accompanied by only a few loyal companions, carry it to the cracks of Doom in Mordor, and there cast into the fires from whence it supposedly came. Setting this harebrained plan in motion required several months of plotting and scheming on his part. This gentleman, who was named either Freddy or Frito, but had determined to call himself Don Frodo, first set about persuading his uncle to take a long vacation. With that accomplished, Frodo, at great peril to his chances of inheriting anything, crept into his uncle's room and pilfered the ring, his uncle's old mail shirt, and Sting, his uncle's sword. Frodo fancied this a great deed, fully in accordance with the family tradition of burglary and other misdemeanors. However, it was not so dangerous as he thought. Frodo probably could have stolen the bed his uncle slept in, and the old man wouldn't have noticed a thing. Frodo waved to his departing uncle. "Goodbye, Bilbo! Have a good time! Don't forget to write! Watch out for the SBs!" What? That earned him a smile from the old fellow. "Goodbye, my dear boy. I know you shall miss me terribly. Yes, terribly. But it really is time for me to do some traveling. Goodbye." Bilbo stumped off down the road, leading a pony with all of his baggage. The moment Bilbo turned around a corner and out of sight, Don Frodo jumped inside, slammed the door shut, and double-bolted it. "Now that I'm concealed from all eyes," he said, "I shall begin preparations for my perilous journey." Dashing about like one possessed, he accumulated a great pile of food, clothing, camping equipment, and other necessities. Then he surveyed this great store of goods. "It would seem that I shall need more than one pony. Perhaps I shall take Sam with me. He's just as good as a pony!" That was me. "After all, is it not fitting that anyone should attempt such a deed by himself and deprive all others of the chance of... After all, it is not fitting that anyone should attempt such a deed by himself and deprive all others of the chance of winning glory." Don Frodo went down to his beer cellar and roused Samwise. "Wake up, sluggard! Do you want to go and save the world from the forces of evil?" Sam sat up sleepily and stared disconsolately at his empty mug. You read this. Cocoa Crispy boy.
What's that?
Sam, I said, do you want to help save the world? Go forth, explore new lands, make perilous journeys, endure terrible hardships, face numerous foes, and journey to the land of shadow to destroy an ancient evil?
Sam rubbed his eyes and thought it over. Will the pay be any good?
Doubtless, we shall find troll hordes, capture a great store of weapons and other valuables from our foes, and be presented with splendid gifts by grateful rulers.
Count me in then, said Sam. I know which side my bread's buttered on, and I have an eye for the main chance. On the other hand, to say the curiosity, kill the cat, there's many a slip twig.
That'll be enough, Samwise, go and get your pony, but tell no one you are going anywhere. The enemy seeks the ring I carry.
You mean old Bilbo's ring? Is it magic?
Don Frodo looked both ways to make sure that they were alone, and then leaned closer to Sam. It is an artifact of great and terrible power, but it is even more deadly than that, for it contains the will of Sauron and always works to return to his hand.
That's totally something you tell someone really late at night. Just like, we have a magic ring, and it's going to try and kill us. We should take it to where it's from.
The funny part is the part where you're voicing Sam like a stoner.
That's the best part, because we're pretty sure Sam is. Samwise was surprisingly gung-ho about this news. Well, let's get going, man. It's a job you never start as takes longest to finish. After taking another mug of beer to fortify himself for the road ahead, he hurried off.
Don Frodo and his squire sally forth under cover of darkness, for the Sackville Bagginses lived two doors down from Frodo, and their favorite pastime was to watch his activities to gather ammunition for malicious gossip. Nevertheless, it was with some difficulty that Frodo persuaded Samwise not to sing marching songs and shout cheery farewells to every house they passed.
He's totally baked. Dude, he's totally baked.
Your line next.
What would my old gaffer say? He could see me now, Sam asked. After thinking for a while, he answered his own question. He'd probably say, don't get too big for your britches, my lad. And don't count their chickens before they're hatched. As well as...
And as undoubtedly he would have many other useful proverbs, which I will thank you not to repeat here. Now you should not think that Don Frodo's departure passed totally unnoticed. The next morning, Meriadoc Brandybuck came round to talk with Frodo, with the intention of getting a free breakfast in the process.
Good man.
He knocked on Frodo's round green door, but no one answered. This caused him some concern, since Don Frodo was usually an early riser. He immediately hurried to the house of Peregrine Took, who was a friend of both Merry and Frodo. So who gets to be Merry?
You.
Okay.
You be Merry. I'll be Pippin.
Frodo won't answer his door, he said. That by itself wouldn't be cause for concern, but Sam isn't there either. I'm afraid that good old Frodo has gone off on one of those adventures he's always talking about.
Don't worry so much, Mary. He's a Baggins. Bagginses don't have...
Here Pippin stopped suddenly. His face fell and he leaped out of his chair.
His uncle! Bagginses do have adventures! I'll wager that old fool has persuaded Frodo to try something.
No, don't you remember? Bilbo went away last Tuesday. Whatever trouble Frodo's in, he's in it by himself.
Not by himself. Didn't you say Sam was gone as well? And Elbereth! Rosie will raise... You done? I haven't read Lord... Dude! I haven't read Lord of the Rings in a really long time. Why am I still saying this in Pippin's voice? We must bring them back, Mary, and do it at once before they or anyone else comes to harm.
You sound like you're hurting yourself with Pippin's voice. Are you sure you don't go to
No, I'm actually not hurting myself at all.
It sounds painful.
It's not painful at all.
It's painful to listen to.
We're almost at the end, don't worry.
Mary paced rapidly back and forth in Pippin's dining room.
We can have Pippin...
But how are we gonna do it? I think Frodo has that sword of his uncle's, and he's a bit cracked. I don't wish to die at a young age, which in my lexicon means anything less than 100.
I think we'll just have Pippin go through puberty before the next chapter, so his voice is a little, less annoying.
When in Camelot, do as the Camelottians do.
I don't think they're called Camelottians.
No, they're Camelottians, obviously.
Camelottians.
Camelottians? You mean we should bring him back by acting silly?
No, we must contrive some sort of harebrained legend and cause him to think that coming back is the chivalrous thing to do. Or something like that. I'll run over to the Smeals and borrow some old math thumbs, which I think might come in handy. You see if you can find about 5 yards of that creepy gray fabric that Mrs. Boffin was using for spider-webs last Halloween.
I'm pretty sure Middle-earth doesn't have Halloween.
Yeah, they don't.
Right! Merry and Pippin went to retrieve these useful articles, so panicked that they left their second breakfast entirely uneaten. Not that the food was wasted. The inhabitants of this portion of the Shire have a nigh magical ability to sense unattended food, and they are not above committing a bit of B&E to get at it.
Breaking and entering.
Entering.
I was just wondering what B and E meant for a second. It was like, oh.
Hobbits love their food. We forgot to eat second breakfast. What about 11sies?
I think 11sies is between first and second breakfast.
Is it? Breakfast, second breakfast.
So.
I thought it breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, supper.
Supper and then dinner, I think.
Supper, dinner.
Don't they have like tiffin in the middle?
We're arguing over how many meals and how many meals hobbits have.
Yeah, that's the title of this video. How many meals do hobbits have anyway? Let's actually look up the proper order. How many meals do hobbits have anyway?
I had the Lord of the Rings wiki up on my computer earlier.
I guess Pippin can have like 12 a day or something. Okay.
Breakfast, second
Breakfast, 11sies, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, and then supper, and then they have snacks.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, they also drink a lot.
I mean, I've watched Fellowship of the Ring about a dozen times at least, so I've seen that line a lot.
Oh wow, there's someone named Padme Amidala who commented on Lord of the Rings.
It's not like breakfast.
Oh no, look at this wonderful grammar. Well, it's not only the breakfast that they eat 2 times, they eat all their meals several times, and as you've already said, a lot of snack is eaten too. That's all one sentence with several commas.
At least there's commas in this one. You could say that about, fucking Without Hope.
We don't talk about Without Hope.
I think that it depends on how big their tummy is really. How much they can stuff in it. She said.
Anyway, I think we should end this.
Yeah, probably.
And cut!